Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia. Just in case you're new here, I create content around fashion, lifestyle, sewing and DIYs. So if you're interested in this kind of content, which I'm sure that you are, please do also keep on watching and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so in today's sewing vlog, I'm going to be showing you guys the process of making this bridal dress that I'm working on. As I say process, I cannot really show the whole thing because there's a whole lot going on this one, but please do well to check out my other sewing vlogs to see, a lot more. I'm going to do as much as I can here, and definitely, as always, I'm going to be leaving a kind of a mini tutorial here on a certain part of the making of this dress. Okay, so you do well to keep on watching because definitely you get value here, okay? If you are a dressmaker. And for my other fam who are here to see the beauty, to see the final look of this dress, please do well to continue watching because this dress is gonna be beautiful. Okay, I'm going to be using beaded lace fabric for this one, as well as some other bridal fabric that we use for making bridal dresses. And I'm going to be showing you guys all that shortly. So far I have gone ahead to even start this dress before I start this but if you're interested in seeing like from scratch, I have a couple of videos also on the channel. Do also check that out. The sewing processes are usually about the same. The only thing that is mostly different with all these dresses are the patterns, so feel free to check out the pattern tutorials as well that I have. You might find them helpful. And then by the way, just if you're a returning subscriber, you already know me, I don't wear glasses, but today I'm wearing these glasses because I had a bit of an accident yesterday with the beads, because I started breaking the beads from yesterday preparing my sewing. So usually when I work on beaded fabrics, I try to like prepare the fabric so that I'm not stopping by in between to remove beads. So I use my tape to measure the allowances I have given already on the underlay fabric, and I break off the beads along that line. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of breaking of beads, and one of the specks of the bead flew into my eyes. So today I came prepared prepared to battle those beads. So I'm wearing these glasses to protect my eyes from the beads. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys, as I said, the fabric and everything I've done so far. So yeah, please do well to continue watching, and if you're yet to be subscribed, subscribe to the channel because there's a whole lot of creative, educative content coming your way shortly. Okay, let's go over to showing you guys all the fabrics I'll be working on for this one. So guys, this is the underlay fabric I'm using for this dress. It's not a doll face satin. Okay, this is an excellence fabric. They call it excellence, and it's used for bridal dresses. It looks like satin at first glance, but it's a lot more drapey and a lot more like lush. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about, but it is definitely different from the satin. And then this is our beautiful beaded lace that almost blinded me yesterday. Anyway, this is the dress, the lace we're working on. This is a full view. Look at this is the skirt I've cut out. I'm trying to join the sides of the skirts right now. Yeah, so this is the lace. Let me go closer so you see. It's heavily beaded, silver and white beads, which I love. It's not just all white, so it's giving the dress a lot more pizzazz. It's giving the dress a lot more drama, which I love. So yeah, I have been able to finish with the bodice of this dress, which I didn't film because I have a lot of these things already on the channel, but I'm still in the process of making this dress. I still have like some days work to do. I still have to do the embellishments on the dress, like not really embellishment. I have to replace some beading that I had to break or maybe overbroke the beads. I have to replace those beads, and I have to also finish up the dress. But I want to show you guys what I have done so far. Okay, please do well to check other, as I said, to check other of my videos so you see some of more of the processes of making this thing. As I said, the sewing process is usually just the same thing. Also, this is the lining I'm using. This is a suit lining, so this is what I use for dresses like this to give it a more professional feel. Okay, so this is the proper lining to use for bridal dresses as well as corporate kind of dresses, And then also, if you're trying to make a lace dress and not to avoid it being heavy using a cotton fabric, this is also a nice fabric to use for lace dresses. So I use this mostly for my lace dresses. And yeah, so this is basically it for this dress. There's nothing extra I'll be using up. So yeah, apart from the other inner fabrics that I'll be using, like my Estee, my bonin, what else? Just Estee and bonin actually, because this one has a cup, a ready-made cup I'm going to be using for it. And what else? That's about it for now. I want to show you where I'm at on this dress. I am done with the bodice, the top more or less, and I'm also done with the skirt, although I'm not yet totally done, like, because I still need to place the skirt on the top and sew it into a dress, if that makes sense. But I'm going to show you so that it makes sense now. Okay, so this is the main point of the main thing I want to show in this video, because I don't think I have shown it properly in even any other of the corset sewing what do I call it behind the scenes. Okay, I've not shown this particular part, so I'm going to be showing you guys. So please, if you're interested in learning, pick up your get ready to let's just get into it. I'm going to show you how to make this to the skirt and the top into a dress for a corset. Okay, so basically let me just show you guys while I talk through it. Okay guys, so this is my bodice. This is the top. I'm done with it actually. I haven't also turned the lining. I don't know if you can see properly from here, but this is the bodice. The style just has like a slit, like a kaftan neckline kind of style on the top. So this is my bodice. It's a full length top. It's a length of the top as it usually will be, and then I have my skirt over here. So this is my skirt piece. I haven't joined the zipper end. This zipper end, I need it to be like this so that I can be able to place it on the top. So I have joined the sides. I joined the two sides, that's here and here, and then I've also turned the top side with a lining. I also top stitched it, as you can see. So this is it right now, my skirt. So back to this one. So for this one, I have turned it with the lining, and for this to work, for this method of corset dress to work, you have to place your boning on the lining instead. Okay, so if I turn this around, you can see that I have my boning channels going on the lining, right? So I won't be able to make this into a dress if I have my boning on the main fabric. Okay, so for this kind of styling or this kind of sewing technique, you definitely want to have your boning on the lining. It will not work when your boning is on the outside, because you won't be able to sew along the boning, except your hand stitching, which I don't usually like to do. When it comes to this kind of dresses, I like to just use my machine to stitch everything in place. But if you're hand sewing, you can still manage to tack on the skirt bit. So now I'll go back to my pattern. This is my pattern. This is my center front, as you can see. And while I was drafting the skirt part, I taken into consideration where my skirt is going to be starting on the paper. I usually try to note it there so that I don't forget, because I came down. This is my half length front. That's the waist, the high waist. So I had come down about 2 inches from that half length. So the joining of my skirt is not going to be exactly on the half length for this style. So depending on the style, if the waistline of the skirt is on the normal half length, then I'll be placing it from that point. But I'm placing this my pattern back here now just to mark out exactly where my skirt will be, and this is the midpoint, so I usually mark it from the middle first, then pin around. I'm trying to get a pencil rather, because I can't use chalk for this to stain it. So this is where I have noted, and if you look, I have already like marked it on the top. So I'm just going to mark this point, and then I'm also going to do the same thing for the sides. So right now I can't find the skirt pattern, so I don't even remember how many inches I came down from the waist, the half length. This is the point. If you notice the angle, this is the point where my half length is, but I didn't also do this exactly on the half length, so it came down a bit. I think it's just about 1 inch, because the style of this skirt, it goes like this in front. I'll put a picture so you see what I mean. So it's going like this, like an inverted U, yeah. So it's coming from high up here and then going downwards into this point. So that's how the waistline is. So I'm going to just go and look for that pattern and confirm, and I'm going to just mark the point here. I'm going to just also then use my pencil to just lightly mark the shape of it, because I need to remove all the beads along that line as well, so that it doesn't disturb me when I'm sewing on. I need to remove the beads so that my needles don't finish. Okay. Once I have marked it and removed the beads along the line, I am going to take back my skirt. This is my skirt beads. This is basically what I want to do. I want to place this like this on my top, my bodice, like this. So for me to be able to sew that, I'm not top stitching directly on this end. I am going to lift off the main fabric, so I'm going to be sewing in between. So for me to do this, I have to secure it with a pin. So I'm just going to open it up like this, separating the main fabric from the lining, and I'm going to pin it along the waistline, and then I would secure it to a pin, then take it to my machine to sew. So I'm going to be sewing along this joining stitch. I'm going to be sewing along this line here on the inside, so that way I don't have that outer stitch. But feel free to do an outer stitch if you are planning to embellish the waistline, okay? So it's easier, and you don't have to struggle a lot with the placement. So if you are doing an outer stitch and you plan to embellish your waistline at the end of the day, then you can as well sew on the edge here, just stop stitch, and then cover up the sewing line when you're done. And then another thing to note is when you're placing the skirt bit, you have to separate the lining. So the lining has to be out of the way. The lining has to be out of the way like this, because we don't want to sew it together with the lining, okay? So the lining is away, and then I'm just sewing my my skirt only on the main fabric, okay? Does this make any sense? I'll probably do another tutorial with a less bulky fabric, so that it's easier to explain. All right guys, so I'm back. I have figured out my end point on the side, and it's just 1 inch on the side, basically ½ inch, because I'm going to use another ½ inch to turn this end. So you're just going to start from 1 inch on this side. I've also marked the 1 inch on this side, and I already have my middle point, which is this, and I have placed my skirt on this and shaped out the waistline, which, as you can see, I've lightly marked it because I'm still going to sew over the pencil line. So I was trying not to make it too dark, just in case I missed a point. So yeah, this is it. I've marked it. So next thing I'm going to do now is to get rid of all the beads around that area before I place the skirt back on and pin it in place to sew. I'm going to do the same thing on the back as well. I'm going to mark out the waistline, but before I go ahead, I'm going to just get rid of all these beads using a scissors, a clipper, yeah, I'm going to just do that. I can't use a hammer for this one because I'll be getting rid of a whole lot more beads than I need to. Okay, but feel free to get rid of the rest of this. At the end of the day, this is a waste. So the skirt is going to be covering it, but it doesn't matter. We still have this a little bit of design going on here, but this other parts are kind of inside. The main idea, let me turn around. So the main idea of doing your corset like this is for you to have like the lower belly cinching. So this corset now doesn't just end at the half length. So underneath, that's inside, the rest of the length of the top is going to be laced. Okay, so it's going to also cinch that lower belly so that you don't have that division of, you know, when you've tied up to your half length and then the lower part is puffing out because you've tied everything down down to that point. So the whole idea is for you to cinch every part of your belly. Okay, the upper belly, the lower belly, and we're going to tie it. Okay, so that's why we do this, so that you conceal the underbelly fat as well. Okay, yeah, so that's it.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything, I attack everything.
I have pinned it along the front. I'm starting on the front first, then I'll do the back as well, but I want to go run my stitch now. So I'm going to be running my stitch on the original stitch line I have here. Ignore all these other ones, they are the top stitch lines. I'm going to be running it on this stitch all the way to from one side to the other side. I have joined the front already. This is what it's looking like. I broke 3 needles in the process of doing this, even though I removed the beads, but I'll just try not to over remove. But that's not even an issue. If you over remove the beads, you can easily like tack it do hand tacking when you're done to replace the beads back. But I'm done placing the front. I want to go ahead and do the same thing now for the back.
I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything, I attack everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
Dress is ready. I have a cup, but I need to show you guys the after look of the dress. This is it, all set, all done and ready. It's so beautiful. It's a simple corset dress, but the lace itself is giving it a lot of detailing. So I think I showed you guys the bodice anyway before putting it together, but this is it. You can see that the half length is high up here, and then the skirt line is lower, and also on the side it goes lower as well, as I showed in the video. It's so beautiful. The lace itself is doing the talking for this one. Let me show you guys the back view. I really like that I didn't use the regular eyelet for this one. This is really beautiful. This is my mannequin who's about to give up on life. So yeah, when it's on her body, it's going to be more open than this because the mannequin is a bit smaller on the upper part. I had to stuff the hips of my mannequin with I wore it tight and I stuffed it just to bring out the shape, just to give you a nice shape on the mannequin anyway. So this is the back view. I pinned it also because it still doesn't balance out to the measure of the owner of the dress, her body size, but this is it. So I use this shambala, they call it shambala rope. I don't know if that's what the actual thing is being called, but that's what's also going to go for the lacing. So she would have to double it. I think doubling it is really better, but for this display I just made it single. But I will ask her to double the lacing just so that it gives them more support. Yeah. So this is the back view of the dress. Yeah, and it also is going to like flow on the floor more because the owner of this dress is a bit shorter, like she's shorter, so definitely there's a lot going to be on the ground as a train. So right now you can't see it because the mannequin is tall, but yeah, there's going to be a bit of a train on this one. So that is it on this behind the scenes. The dress is ready and it's going to be out to ship to the beautiful bride. I wish I could have all this, my brides come over to do fittings so that I have like an actual picture on their body, but they're not in Nigeria. They're usually not in Nigeria, so I can't really do a fitting. So my mannequin, my trusted mannequin, does all the wearing of the clothes for me. Even the mannequin is tired of life. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I definitely enjoyed making this dress. Please let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see more of this kind of content, and I'll see you guys in another video. Okay, bye.